Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another Walking Dead discussion topic. This is going to be, where is Beth? So yeah, basically this one comes out from the trailer, link down below for those who want to check it out. And basically, at the end of the trailer, like the last 10-15 seconds, again check out down link for the trailer down below. In the last 10-15 seconds, you see some images of Beth. We see Beth is alive. Um, but she apparently is not with Father Gabriel as most of us have been led to believe. She seems to be in this hospital with this bitch. Sorry, but we see the trailer. It's pretty evident that it's this really bitchy officer lady. Um, and you have like three or four other patients, I guess you could say. Um, I guess you could say they're patients or whatever. Um, and they're with her, and she seems like she's trying to escape. So yeah, it's about 10-15 seconds that we see of Beth. So yeah, where is Beth? Okay, so obviously off that it's become very apparent that she is not with Father Gabriel, and that the cross is at the back of the truck that she was kidnapped in was in fact for a church. Not church. What am I saying? Was not for a church, but instead a hospital. You know, the first aid cross, you know, the Red Cross thing, I guess. Um, I guess that would make sense. Um, Also, they could have just picked up a church car somewhere in the way, so that could also make sense. And most hospitals do have their own churches or small chapels, but I just wanted to point that out. Okay, but where in reality is Beth? Okay, so from all the rumors I've heard lately, and from the few very little information I could get from you know the cast. You know, I've seen interviews and stuff with them. We see that Beth is basically separated in another location. That's not really going off much. Now, in the comic books, the only hospital there really is the one in which Rick wakes up from his coma, and that one doesn't really seem to be the hospital that it is in the comic book. I mean, the TV show right now, you know. So where in the world is this church? Not church, goddamn it, hospital. And I don't know why I keep saying church. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was led to believe church and now I'm seeing hospital. I don't know. But you know what I mean. Why? Where in the world is this hospital? Or okay, from other hints I can get. Okay, they're building this location that seems to look very similar to the Alexandria Safe Zone. For those who don't know what the Alexandria Safe Zone is, it's basically this townhouse that is a safe zone and right pretty close to Washington D.C. It's another thing that is known is that within the first couple episodes after the Rick's group escapes Terminus, they should be going off to Washington D.C. But then what? Okay, Beth is obviously separated from the group. So where is she? I predict that she is in Washington D.C. in a hospital. Okay, there's a interview. I was trying to find it again when the trailer first came out. I found it, but I couldn't find it anymore. I don't know where it is. Maybe if I find it again, I'll put a link down below. But I haven't been able to find it again. But basically, I forget who said it, but I believe it was the showrunner, the current showrunner, Scott Gimple, I believe it was him, or Robert Kirkman or someone like that, and they basically said that they have thought of making Negan a girl. They've thought of making Negan a girl. What does that mean? I think that means that this bitch cop could possibly be Negan. It sounds crazy, but it wouldn't be the first time they've switched the sex of a character for the TV series. Same thing, the race, the sex, you know. Now, would a female Negan be appropriate? I do not think so, mostly because that'd be a shit ton of F-bombs, because every other word, and I quote, sort of, paraphrase, let's say it better said, this is basically Negan. What in the fuckity fuck are you fucking saying, you goddamn fucktard? Motherfucker, get the fuck off my goddamn property. Fuck you, fuck off, go fuck a dick. That's basically what he says half the time. It's like the word fuck like 3 times in a row. That's basically how he talks. In the comics, it's pretty comedic. I'm gonna have to say, but first off, a girl saying that I don't think would pass to begin with. It just sounds weird. Now, what am I basically getting at? Okay, see, Negan has this group called the Saviors, and his base is called the Sanctuary. And at the point we were a couple issues back, let's say 10 issues ago, we had the Sanctuary, we had the Alexandria Safe Zone, the Kingdom, and the Hilltop. Right now, it seems that we're going into the Alexandria Safe Zone, and by the end of Season 7, we should be introduced to the Sanctuary, or officially introduced. I believe that the hospital is the Sanctuary. Now, who this female cop is, I don't think she's Negan. I think Negan is somewhere else within this complex, but I don't think that's Negan. I believe it could be another character, and that's gonna be, and that character from the comic books, it's either gonna be called Sherry or Tara. In the comic books, you have these two females within Negan's group. One of them is called Sherry, and the other one's called Tara. Now, going off from how the attitude of this cop is to the attitude of the two females within the comics, I believe that this female may be Tara, or another character basically called Tara. Not the Tara we currently have, just another character called Tara. Now, will she be called Tara? Who knows? Maybe she could be called something different, but I believe she's gonna have some kind of resemblance to Tara. Now, the thing is that Negan's group in the comics isn't held up in a hospital. They're held up in a warehouse. Is it possible they could change it? Definitely, they could definitely change it. But now, I have no problem with them changing the location as long as we get the characters, or at least the main ones. But yeah, I do think they could change it, and yeah. So yeah, where I believe Beth is, she may be in the Sanctuary with Tara, or another person that's pretty similar to the comic book Tara. Um, with, she's at the Sanctuary in DC, or relatively close to DC. And from what also we've seen people getting cut up and running away. It's pretty similar as to what we've seen in the comics, that they do kind of experiments or do stuff to traitors of Negan. You know, those who betray Negan, they do stuff with, they experiment or whatever with those people, and that's what seems to be happening with some of the people that we are seeing, and I think that's where we are. So where is Beth? I theorize in the Sanctuary, in close proximity to Washington DC, with Tara or someone who acts similar to Tara. And I also believe that Negan will be cast, or at least someone will be cast for Negan relatively soon, or at least by the end of Season 5 we should have someone for Negan, more or less, and that's what I predict. So that's basically it for now. Again, link down below for those who want to check out the trailer, and yeah, that's basically it for now. And if I find the interview, I'll put a link down for that too, but I don't think I can find it because all the research I've done, but whatever. But again, link down below for that trailer, maybe an interview, I don't know. And that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do Walking Dead discussion topics, Walking Dead, theories like I just did now. I also do reviews for the Walking Dead TV show, and there's a helicopter passing by, whatever. I also do reviews for the TV show and the comics. I also review other comic books, other TV shows, and movies. So definitely stay tuned for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on where you think Beth is. What are your thoughts? Comment all that down below. Let me know. And besides that, like this video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.